the past year, I've been studying sign painting. I figured that since I'm good at hand lettering, I'd be good at this too. I soon discovered that sign painting presents its own challenges. With the help of some professional sign painting friends on Instagram, I've learned helpful tips and techniques that I'd like to share with you. I painted my wood surface yesterday, so it's dry and ready to letter on. I like to sketch my design on paper first. Many sign painters just go for it and draw the design directly on the wood surface, often with a specialty pencil. But since I do a lot of erasing, I'm more comfortable starting on paper. I'm spacing my letters widely so that I can add sides to give them dimension. I might add a shadow later, but I usually like to see how my design looks painted before I decide.
I don't feel afraid to innovate. Don't miss a chance to be creative. Don't. Why don't I try this at home? Try this at home.
When it comes to adding your design to your painted surface, you have a couple of options. You can hand letter it again using a pencil. For dark colors or glass, you can use a white all pencil. For large designs, you can look up how to use a pounce pad and wheel. Or for smaller designs, you can use transfer paper, which creates an erasable line when traced. This specialty paper is often used for quilting and sewing, but it works nicely for sign painting too. Cut out a piece of transfer paper the same size as your design and lay face down against the wood. Place your design text side up on top and lightly tape in place. Trace firmly with a pencil. Let's talk about paintbrushes. I wasted a frustrating amount of time experimenting with the wrong brushes, and I was shocked at how my painting improved once I purchased the right ones. You'll want to use a liner brush which has long and flexible bristles that taper to a point when wet. A smaller brush is more versatile. When it comes to paint, I like one-shot enamel best. Again, I wasted a lot of time playing around with acrylics and even other brands of enamel paint. But one shot will give you the best coverage and it's weather resistant. Okay, we're ready to paint. When possible, you want to make long strokes rather than short dabs. This will give you a smoother, steadier line. I'm using a size 1 brush, choosing to make 2 stroke widths to fill my letter. I could use a bigger brush and do it in a single stroke, but honestly, my hand isn't that steady. When I do 2 strokes, it allows me to be more precise and adjust for any wobble. I find it helpful to start my next stroke by overlapping my previous stroke. This helps me find the correct line placement and continue it smoothly. Don't press too hard against the wood. You want the brush to glide lightly. If you apply too much pressure, your line will widen and it will be difficult to keep your stroke even. It's important to properly clean your brush before moving on to the next color. I like to use turpenoid because it's low odor, but mineral spirits work too. Next, I'll paint the sides of the letters. I'm going to use 2 different shades. I'm putting an X on the facets that will be painted the darkest color. These are the ones on the bottom or the underside of the letter. First, I'm painting the areas without the X's. In other words, the facets on the right sides of the letter form. I'm using paint straight from the can.
I'm gonna make you a world with these 2 hands today. Put our love, memories and laughs in all that I create. I can't help feeling inspired whenever you smile. Gotta show you that you're the reason. I don't feel afraid to innovate. Don't miss a chance to be creative. Don't. Why don't I try this at home? Try this at home.
For the next color, I'm adding a single drop of black paint to the first color. The black is highly pigmented, so a little goes a long way. You want this color to be a slightly darker shade than the first. Now that I've painted the design I sketched, I can decide whether it needs something else, like a border or a drop shadow or a cast shadow. I think I'll add a shadow on the left side of the letter. To do this, imagine you're sketching the full letter a second time, just placed slightly lower. Take into account the entire shape of the letter, including the sides, as you redraw it. I like to make my shadow paint the same color as my background paint, with a single drop of black added. Finally, I paint the sides of my box. Let the paint cure for a day before you erase your tracing and pencil marks. I hope you found this tutorial helpful. I'd like to give a shout out to my favorite sign painter on Instagram, @signsbybob, who helped me get started. If you'd like to see the limitless possibilities of sign painting, check out his amazing feed. To see more of my lettering, check out @madebymarzipan on Instagram, or visit my website, madebymarzipan.com.
Try this at home.